basement, but my come up is legend, is greatness. I don't care now, it's pedal to the metal. I can never quit now, I will never settle. Puppet to the game, I'm pulling strings like Geppetto. We in the same game, but I'm on a different level. I passed it. Gotta keep grinding till I'm laid up in the casket. No fake round me, you feeling too plastic. Yeah, y'all feeling too plastic. They say my style crazy, but then it's straight jacket. Wow.
Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is a heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Yeah, guess I know no better. I ain't got no chill, so they call me a devil, I know. Look, I am just a man on a mission. If I want it, then I get it, I go. And if you're trying to test me a beast, you gon' need Liam Neeson. The chance that you're taking is flagrant. You're testing your luck. If you think you'll make it out, then you're sadly mistaken. Careful what you putting your stake in, cause I ain't got no patience and no limitations. You trying to figure me out and I know I don't make sense, but no one's there when you call like you're trapped in the Matrix. You need to take a break from it, I think you should take 6. Cause yes, I hold a throne and no one else can replace this. The pain will only go deeper the harder you chase it. I'm the greatest that you ever met, it's time that you face it, so tell me.
Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is a heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Tournament action pairs 2 of the top 4 seeds in the Division III Lexington District as SBC Lake Division champion Norwalk about to take center stage against local powerhouse Ontario in a presentation of playoff soccer that you just don't want to miss. Pre-game coverage and your opening kickoff all on the way. Next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Kitchen supply, we're building our future with you. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside of the Sutton Bank pre-game show. Two high-scoring teams about to meet here on the pitch at Lexington for a chance to move on into the district championship. I am Brian Skowronski, Madison head coach Zach Huff hanging out with me here tonight, and two teams coming in, a lot of firepower. We're expecting some fireworks. Sometimes in the tournament atmosphere you don't get it, but that's at least the expectation, I think, with these two offenses going head-to-head.
Most definitely. Obviously, there has to be a winner tonight, so.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a whole bunch of goals or not. We'll tell you why. Beginning with Ontario in their season. They've kind of been the queens here of the district, except for they've been more of the bridesmaid here lately. You've had a lot to do with that, Zach. The tournament pedigree for them and their talent, certainly they have that to match, though. With no Hattie Jukovic injured here a couple of weeks ago, it's going to be tough to try to make up for a player like that who's been a two-time and soon to be a three-time All-Ohioan. What do you think they do without Miss Jukovic in the lineup?
Adi Pittman's obviously going to have to step up and fill in for Hattie, and some other girls for Ontario are going to have to step up.
You look at that number, though, looking for 15 consecutive district championships. You don't see that in very many sports, really, at any level. That's been quite the accomplishment for Coach Larry and this staff.
Most definitely, and he's been looking to get over that hump and win him a district for a while now, so hopefully this could be their year.
Warriors coming in as number 4 seed. They've had really high expectations here as of late. We'll see how they do as a little bit of an underdog, but you mentioned Adi Pittman. She is going to be our player spotlight here tonight. I mean, she's just got lightning in that left foot, loves the deep shot, and definitely she's going to have to step up. She's going to be the playmaker to get things going to try to replace all those goals and the assists handed out by Hattie Jukovic. What have you seen from this young lady in your matchups that kind of gives opposing coaches a little bit of unrest over on the sideline?
She's not afraid to take shots from anywhere and everywhere on the field. The best way to defend her is obviously make her go right, but she's very hard to make go right, and she likes that left foot.
Yeah, she really does. We've seen her. She'll pull up and launch from 30, 40 yards at any given moment. So you got to mark her and make sure that she does not have any space at any given time. Over on the other sideline here tonight, Norwalk, and outside of their 4-1 loss to Lexington, I mean, they've really just dominated their schedule, Zach. More than 70 goals scored on the season, allowing just 13 goals in 18 matches. And you say what you want about the competition. When you go head-to-head with who's on your schedule and you're that good, you're definitely worthy of a number 2 seed and might even be the favorite coming into this game.
Without Hattie on the field today, I would think that maybe they're the favor. I mean, obviously the first 5 minutes will tell the tale of what the outcome could be, but we'll see. Very interesting matchup here.
They've got a little spitfire named Claire Spettle that's been getting it done here. Just a sophomore, a long way to go in her career, but a scoring machine. We're talking about 82 goals so far since she's broke onto the scene for her high school career, averaging more than 2 goals per game. And like I said, she's not that big in stature, but man, can this girl just light it up from pretty much anywhere.
When we played them one-on-one, she beat us a couple times. She can put the ball in the back of the net. It seems like.
Claire Spettle, our player spotlight tonight. Certainly, they're going to be looking for her early often, all over the pitch. She is just a sophomore, not a junior this season, so she's got a couple more years still coming up for her career. Well, I'm going to tell you, Zach, what I think is going to decide tonight's contest, all right? You're the coach. Throw on your coaching cap and tell me what you think about these keys to victory. We'll begin with Norwalk, and let's talk about what they got to do. I just feel like some early success. You're playing Ontario. I know that you've had all these victories so far on the season, so come out, taste a little bit of that early, and then protect the box. Ontario's a team that they've got 3 nice weapons, I think, up top when you look at Elena Sy, Bolakowski, and certainly Adi Pittman. So you got to do your best to try to keep them out of there for some of those long shots.
Most definitely. That's a big key to the game for Norwalk, I would think. And for Ontario, you know, obviously I'd put the ball in the back of the net one way or another.
Yeah, you got to be able to score. We're expecting someone to do that a bunch here tonight. And for me, for Ontario, just got to have that midfield step up, Zach. Also, you got to be able to protect Layla. Stevens is not like a true goalie back there, so we'll see what they can do defensively. But first, let's honor America as we get ready for high school tournament action. The stage is now set. Division III tournament soccer action about to go down here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, and it's been such unbelievable weather all week, Zach, leading up here into tonight. And all of a sudden, right at the start of kickoff, blustery winds, a little bit of rain's going to come through. How much of impact does that have on this real grass surface out here where you guys play at Madison as well? What type of difference is it going to make if we get a nice little sprinkle come through in about 15 minutes?
Obviously, the ball skip and go a little faster on a bounce. Other than that, it might slow it down rolling through the grass, but hopefully we don't get that much rain.
Not anticipating much, just a little sprinkle coming through, but it is breezy. The trees back behind these players and these benches flowing all over the place. But as Ontario is being announced, no stranger to playing on this field. Districts have been hosted here for a long time. So how long have they been coming over here?
Probably it was Clyde the one year, and then it was us in Ontario, and we got it moved back down here. So it's probably 8 to 10 years.
So it's been a long time, and Coach Atkinson been here each year since it's been held here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. As we showed you in the team spotlight, seeking a 15th consecutive trip to the district finals, but have not been able to break through over the last 7 years. This would be number 8 in a row if they cannot get to the regionals. Before that, they had a nice healthy streak going where I think they won 5 or 6 districts in a row. So it's been quite an exceptional run.
I would say the favorite would be, whoever wins this game would be the favorite to win the actual district on Saturday.
We will have the second half of our doubleheader coming up tonight. Ashland and Lexington OCC rivals will collide for a second time. You went head-to-head with each of those teams, Zach. The anticipation for that one, a lot different from this. We feel like maybe we'll get 5, 6, 7 combined goals here. 1 goal might just be all you need in the next one.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, whoever comes out puts up the effort in the first 5 minutes, I think will go a long ways for the game.
Well, there we go. I've already got my key to victory. At least one of them still planning. So
Right.
I'll be prepared for that next match. Norwalk being introduced here. The Truckers have had a nice little stretch here. 28 wins over their last couple of seasons. Back-to-back undefeated, undisputed Sandusky Bay Conference Lake Division champions. Pretty cool to see what they have been able to do so far here over these last couple of years. We do have a poll going right now over on our YouTube feed. We want to know who is winning tonight. Right now, 100% of you are on number 2 Norwalk. Little stunned to hear that, considering the history of Ontario. 15 years in a row, they've gone at least one game beyond this.
Most definitely. I wouldn't think 100%, but I guess maybe not that many people voted yet.
Yeah, we'll see. So get in there, make your voice heard, and let us know who you think is going to win, Norwalk or Ontario. We'll give you the final results coming up in about 10 minutes or so. We'll let you kind of feel it out, too, maybe if you're watching out there. You want to just dip your toe in the water a little bit and kind of get a sense of what we're about to see, and then chime in. Ontario circled up in prayer. Norwalk on the far sideline, getting their last set of instructions from their coaching staff. Michelle Sander running things over there. Of course, Larry Atkinson, the coach for Ontario, for 18 years, I think. He's been doing it for quite some time. Zach, have you played Norwalk here recently?
We played them the third game of the season, got beat 4-1.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't play real well that day.
Yeah, I didn't mean to bring it up like that. I think I literally had forgotten. So, yeah, you guys had a pretty quality year, too. And I got to say, on our podcast last Monday, I picked you guys to win this district. I felt like you had the pedigree. You had some of the athletes to get it done. So just let you know how strong from top to bottom this district is. And now with Ashland coming down, moving from Division 1 into what's, I think, a more comfortable setting for them here in D3, more similar sized schools, it's going to be even better competition probably moving forward.
Oh, for sure. Most definitely. It's a very tough district.
As we are now underway, it's Norwalk in the striped uniforms in the gray and navy. Ontario in the white tops and the blue shorts. As the higher seed, do you get to pick what uniforms you wear?
They're the home team. The higher seed is, or the better seeded team is the home team.
So do you get to kind of pick whichever jersey you want? It's got to be the dark ones. Which is interesting. Me growing up, and now I'm old. I've been out of high school for 20 years to 21 years now. We used to wear whites at home, Zach. So I don't know when this change happened.
I'm not real sure when it happened either.
You know what? I was just listening to ESPN Radio a couple of nights ago, and a handicapper for the NFL, though, so a little bit different than maybe a high school tournament event, but he was talking about maybe the impact that it makes depending on the uniform decision of the home team, and I thought that was kind of fraudulent, and then he started going into some of the numbers and what it means, so it's not nothing. Here's Pittman from downtown. Shot sails wide. And each side now with one shot each. We mentioned that in the pregame. That's her comfort zone. She's looking from about 30 yards and in, really, to get just a little sliver, a window. And with that left foot, she can drill it from anywhere.
There it is, 1-0.
How about it? Adi Pittman, game changer at the 38-13 mark, right on cue. Sends it to the back. 2 shots, both from about the similar range. This one finds its home.
They're 2 minutes in, 92 minutes in. There you go.
Didn't even need a lot of space on that one either, Zach. Player right on her hip. A bad touch by the back line. Pittman strikes, and literally strikes here for Ontario. Got to be huge for them. But we're expecting a lot of offense in this. So
For sure. Good.
Look for Norwalk to certainly not feel like that was a big, devastating punch. counter blows certainly on the way. Great start, though, here for the Warriors. Without their soon-to-be three-time All-Ohioan Adi Pittman, District Player of the Year last year. And we spoke about who will step up in her absence. So far, 2 shots in. It has been number 11, and somewhat kind of an overlooked player here for Ontario with the talent level that she has. If she was playing for a different program, let's say that she was suiting up for you in the gang green, probably going to be the featured player in most offenses.
Oh, more than likely, anywhere else she goes besides Hattie, in our area, she's next best thing, obviously. Now it's her time to shine with Hattie out.
Headed down here in the midfield by Xavier Immel as Norwalk trying to press, getting to the attacking third. Lady Warriors making it challenging right now. As the breeze appears to let up a little bit. Temperatures, though, felt like they dropped a few degrees. As this cross comes in and it skips into the hands of Stevens.
Brandon says it's mild with no breeze, but it's not a cold breeze.
We're going down to our official weather forecaster, Brandon Powell, working the camera tonight. Mild temperatures with a steady but minimal breeze. We'll keep you updated throughout the match, folks. Little battle for possession. Norwalk wins it down at their toes. A little too far for Abby Koenig there. But it'll be out of bounds here for a Norwalk throw-in. Toss this one down into the corner. And a little too much sauce on it as it's out for a goal kick. Off the restart, Jilly Grayson puts it into the mix. First to it is Norwalk, but now it's going to be the Warriors coming out here near side. Hale pressing it forward now, give and go. Pittman trying to make her run. She'll go up top in the middle. Now Hale looking for the cross, and Kaylee just kind of pushing through the first wave. Can't get by the second defender, Zuri Immel. Warrior throwing. Stylistically, Zach, Ontario on offense here, what do they do that has got them to be one of the more successful programs here in the area that's pretty consistent that you see from year to year despite no matter who's really on the roster?
Their best thing was always off of corner kicks. They always capitalize off corner kicks, and obviously from deeper shots is putting them on frame. But we always feared their corner kicks.
Warriors have been known for their set pieces. Neither team has had one so far here in the early portion of this. As Trammell sends it. Bolakovsky got a piece of it with her noggin, but it goes out here. Third shot for the Warriors, and the first off target. Norwalk having trouble trying to find number 16. Now Spettle's going to take matters into her own hands. Looking to flip the field as she sends it here. Now Sasha plays it off the defender and earns an Ontario throw-in. Bleachers starting to fill up here at Lexington. About 20 minutes ago, we were a little worried, Zach. We were like, is everyone staying home and watching live and free tonight?
Didn't look like a whole lot of people come in at first.
Now the stand's starting to pile up. Tournament action
Nice
off this cross. Stevens. Little juggle, but makes the snag.
Shot by Claire Spettle, picked up out of
And
the
for
air
a
by
player like Layla
Layla
Stevens, a forward for her entire career, decent athlete, so they relegate her back to the goalie position. How crazy of a transition is that in your senior campaign to try to make that happen for your team?
She's obviously a team player, doing what's best for the team. It's great that she can step up and fill in back there because she's done well for them this year.
Darby Broom was the starter at the beginning of the season for Ontario. Got off to a nice start. Suffers a shoulder injury. Enter Layla Stevens. And she's helped lead them to 9 wins since she's been the starter, including a victory right here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Shut out Lady Lex earlier in the year.
Comes our first corner.
coming up for the Warriors.
So here it is. This is what makes Coach Larry's squad the most dangerous competitor, according to Mr. Huff. Always solid on these corner kicks. It's going to be Jilly Grayson that'll be the trigger foot. Here she comes with her right. Punched in there by Seif. And Sasha Bulakovsky, she's a track kid, able to track it down, keep it in play. Here she comes towards the middle. Drops it off for Elena. Now a chance for Pittman, right foot this time, and it'll get deflected. McManus sets it up and blistered out of there. So Norwalk, a couple of shaky moments, but do well to survive that last onslaught by the Warriors. As that's a heavy touch and it'll roll out of play off the right foot from Seif. See, the Ashland Lady Arrows have made their way into the building. Looking for their first district tastes in the last couple of seasons. As this cross back post headed, but it's well off target. Love the setup. Kaylee Hale was able to get there, just couldn't direct it on frame. Now Jakaya Trammell. And it's pushed out, I think just trying to flip the field here for Norwalk. They've been back defending for the better portion of these first 10 minutes. Flip down into the corner, foot race, and too far out in front for Taryn Temple. Another goal kick on the way here for the Lady Warriors. So for these truckers right now, already down a goal, still feels like kind of a filling out process. What do you think is important for them to start establishing here, Zach, before we get a little bit too deep here in this first half?
To me, they're not connecting passes or passing the ball at all. It's just kick and run, and not establishing any ball possession whatsoever. They look all discombobulated, that's for sure.
They will have the throw-in, though. They'll have Spettle handled and likely try to get it right back to 16. As she throws it a little bit over the head of the crowd. Koenig the closest to it. Ping-pongs around, and Stevens comes out to collect. Great first touch to gain possession here by Pittman. Little mismeasured with the pass. but it still works out. Bancing. Whistle will come, and it'll favor Norwalk as Koenig went down.
Free kick coming up for Lady Truckers.
Second look on our Chicago Title Agency replay. Good looking move there by Spettle, looking to go touchline. Now she'll cross it over top. It was a beauty.
Wow. Nobody get on the end of it. Had two girls there.
Free kick coming up for the Lady Truckers.
Pretty solid look there. Had Audrey Sanders trailing the play.
Taryn Temple taking the kick.
Warriors the last to touch it, though. So a corner kick opportunity in the first here for Norwalk. Seif the first to play it. Now Stevens again does her thing. Bolikovsky shoots it out to the right side. A lot of grass out in front. Now they'll lead it for Pittman. Adi looking to go 1v1. Crosses backside. And it laid down harmlessly. Elena Seif was in the area. Tried to belt it up near her. Now Elena might get an opportunity. But the drop off a little too early there for Kaylee Hale. Interception. And again, Norwalk favoring, going with that long ball, kicking and hoping that something happens up top. Warriors looking to connect. Off the turn, here's Pittman. Wasn't able to get a whole lot behind it with that right foot. Her third shot of the night.
Ontario gathered up by the Lady Truckers keeper, Lily Farmer.
Farmer well over 100 saves on the year. That her 114th.
Nice ball in behind.
Jakai gets there first. And content to slap it out of bounds and force a throw in here for the Lady Truckers. With 25 minutes and change remaining here in half number one. Seif looking to carry it out of the box. Poked away from her by CJ Bennett. Now Koenig, give and go. See if Abby is able to drive one. She tries, back post, headed up. Chased down by Temple. So Norwalk trying to keep the possession alive. And I think probably a pass attempt. As it sells wide of frame. Hi, I'm Brian Skowronski. Zach Huff with me on the call tonight. Who ended up winning that poll on the YouTubes? What do the people think? Let's see.
Still the same, but we got a lot more. Oh, no, it changed a little bit.
Early on, we had 100%.
It's 25-75.
It's now 25-75, and a lot of you feeling like Norwalk is going to come from behind and get this victory tonight. Coming down to Richland County, where Sandusky Bay Schools don't normally have a whole lot of luck down here, Zach.
No, they haven't over the last 9-10 years. Norwalk's getting their first corner right now.
Atkinson's tuned in from Mexico City.
Who?
Greg Atkinson.
Oh, Greg Atkinson. I didn't even notice he wasn't in the building tonight. I was texting back and forth with him a little bit about a couple things here with the match and watching from another country. So international viewership here today, Zach. Pretty big time.
Can't believe he's missing the game.
I'm a little surprised, gotta say. They must have bribed him with a whole lot of Pepsis down there. Maybe a new formula or something. Gotta guarantee that's what he's down there for.
I'm sure he is for work.
You don't just go hang out in Mexico City, I don't think.
No.
There's something that brings you down there.
Norwalk coming second corner on the day.
Didn't produce a shot attempt in their first opportunity. This time they'll shuffle just 5 players into the box.
Nice ball. Corner again. Oh, giving them a goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like Spettle maybe swinging that left foot. Was able to drive it out. That's what the referee saw. So it's going to be another goal kick here for the Lady Warriors.
Entering the game for the Warriors, number
I see both strategies. I'm not sure that there's a better one, but for Ontario, they're choosing to have Lily Grayson take these kicks and put Stevens protecting the net. Where do you land on if it matters, if you have your keeper do it or if you have a defensive player do it?
Half dozen one the other. I mean, I'd rather just have the goalie take it and pass it to her. A little safer, but...
So you do pick a side, Zach.
Pick a side.
Yeah, you feel like maybe the goalie should take it.
Yeah, for sure. It depending on if you're going to win the ball out of the air or not, just play it short and go.
It's so crucial by the end of the match. I've heard Larry talk about this a lot, just the 50-50 balls. You got to have more than 50% by the end of the match. Typically is what he says if you want to win.
Yep. Yeah, and if you play short, you can make sure you have that.
Pittman shoulder to shoulder, just
shoot.
knifing up the
2-0.
defense. Cooks the turkey for a second time.
Goal Warriors, Adi Pittman connects.
2-0 Lady Warriors. Adi putting the city on her back right now. Of the 5 Lady Warrior shot attempts, she's got 4 of them, 2 into the back of the net.
Deadly if you let her go left. As she's proven.
As a coach, I'm sure you're strategizing that before the game. As a player out there, a little bit easier said than done, I think, sometimes with these kids that are super skilled.
Yep, for sure. And that's where the discipline comes in on the game plan.
So at this point, Zach, we've seen 2 goals find their way home for Coach Michelle over on the other side. Do you start marking up a girl like Adi Pittman that's kind of just having her way?
At least get a little more physical with her, I would say, because I mean they're letting her do what she wants right here. She not bad touch, but yeah, I mean can't just let her run free. She got the ball at the right side of the 18 and went straight to the middle and took 2 touches and away she went. We'll keep it in.
Chance to get something going here with Spettle, trying to go one-on-one right at Trammell. Claire with the cross, deflected. Now she'll lay it back. Big ball, a little bit rushed right there, trying to force it into Abby Koenig, but she gets a shot and spilled out of there and eventually saved by Stevens.
Shot for the Lady Truckers, Abby Koenig.
So Norwalk, they're keeping pace, at least in the shot activity. That's their 4th. 3 of them have tested Layla. But you got to make the most of your opportunities. So far, no bueno for the Lady Truckers in that department.
At least they keep shooting. Can't score if they don't shoot, but at some point they have to get one in.
Got a couple quality looks as Pittman is going to get a well-deserved rest. Replaced here by Jordan Yeager.
Darby Broom and Jordan Yeager enter the game for the Warriors.
Darby Broom also getting some action.
Nice
As this
cross.
is crossed, a little caught up in the wind. Now it's just poked out. Big, booming shot. And you can tell now that breeze is really having an impact.
Long shot by Sydney McManus, picked up by Lily Farmer.
Ball racing. Will it go out? It looks like it did. Lady Warrior throw-in coming up deep in their own territory. And with Adi Pittman over on the bench right now, one of the better chances probably for Norwalk. Try to get something going offensively, find some feet, push it into the attacking third, something they have not done very well so far in the first 21 minutes. As Seif makes a nice move around one defender. She'll lay it outside now. Little foot race won by the Truckers. And they'll put it out of bounds. And we've got our weather update. Feels the same, but picking up in terms of the wind, but still comfortable. Our chief meteorologist, Brandon Powell. His education is that he grew up in this area and he knows what it should feel like. Oh, how about that? Darby Broom takes it off the back of the noggin. Kendall Thomas with the cross attempts that wasn't. Coach Atkinson going deep into his bench. Kind of a dangerous pass there by Jazzy Johnson. But the Warriors come away. Trying to get something building. Proctor steps in between, but the Warriors keep it. Out wide now for Yeager. She'll hop around the defender, look for the cross, tripped up. And no whistle, so it should just be a goal kick. It is. What do you think about this contact?
I thought it was foul. Looked like it to me, yeah. Yeah. The AR was right there, too.
Break for Norwalk with no whistle. And I want to say what's up to Kevin, watching from West Palm Beach, Florida. Had to rub it in. Hopefully everything's going okay down there right now. I know that the rebuild's in session for a lot of their cities. Matt Wadsworth, Trucker super fan, tuning in. We already know Greg hanging out in Mexico City. I think we know why too. Some type of new packaging. How are they going to make the Pepsi six-pack different moving forward?
It's now a 7-pack.
There's got to be an innovation. Just add one more? Is that what we do? Seems where America seems to be going. Yeah, I don't do like a ton of fast food, but I am blown away now when you. So they got like 3 different sizes: small, medium, large. If you just go small, your drink is still as big as your head. What's the large look like? I'm scared to find out, Zach.
It's like a biggie gulp.
Yes.
Look at your American's cup holders.
Gosh, bring it home with enough straws for the whole family. Soak it in for a week. Trammell coming over with the pressure. Read it nicely. She seems to step to the ball with a lot of confidence here in her senior season. Seif as well. 3-year starter here for Ontario. And definitely has saved her best for last. Love what we've seen from Elena. 12 goals, 9 helpers on the year. And has earned that captain honor.
Kaylee Hale and Sasha Bulakowski enter.
Bulakowski, Hale, check back in here for the Lady Warriors, who have been utilizing their bench much more frequently here than Norwalk. And a quick update for you guys. Another live and free match going down on the OH Report right meow. Clear Fork is up 2-0. 19 minutes in against Upper Sandusky. I think a lot of Lady Colt fans not very surprised. And similar situation for them as to what Ashland will experience here in D3 is playing schools a little bit more their size. As what do we get here? We get a foul, we get offsides.
I think it was a handball in Norwalk.
So an infraction here against Norwalk. And a great opportunity with a set piece here, and Pittman, who just checked in. Pittman from this side. Pitches it right to the middle. The header a little wide. It looked like Broom was the first to get to it. We'll dial it back up on our Chicago title replay. What do you see here, Zach?
Oh, he couldn't. Looked like she tried, but
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if she actually hit it or if it went off the Norwalk girls' side.
We'll put her down for a shot. Shot attempt there off the melon. At what age do you start teaching the header?
I think the actual ruling is, I thought it was like 12 or 13 was when you could actually start. Like when my kids were growing up, we could do it. There wasn't no age limit.
Yeah.
And then they implemented I think it was 12 or 13, and I'm not sure if that's still a rule or I haven't coached the younger ages in a while.
Spettle with the thefts. Trammell catches up, and he'll just be swept out of there. As we say hi to Georgia McFarland, making her way in here into the booth. Take over stat tracking for me. If you can read my markings, you can get up to speed here. I've actually been credited with having pretty good handwriting over the years, Zach. Kind of a lost art with the children's these days.
It looks really good there.
Thank you.
Nice pass.
Will kids, say in the next generation, will they even know what it means to handwrite something?
Probably not. With the AI intelligence,
you just tell your
talk to it.
Yeah, just tell your robot companion like what you want it to say.
Companion for that answer.
So according to OH Report AI, as they try to set this one up in the corner, actually we'll
corner kick.
Yeah, it will be a corner kick. Third one of the match for Norwalk. 10 and under, no headers. 11 to 13 limited, and then once you get to the high school age, that's when it starts taking effect. So it's probably going to change when you get these girls. It's such a big weapon at the high school age, and certainly when you get beyond it. Kind of interesting that it's going to be something that it's not a part of the game until you get here.
It's a big implemented, very big decision on goal scoring. I mean, if you can head the ball and winning it, the 50-50 balls out of the air, I mean, it's most females at the younger ages and even high school level don't like to head the ball, obviously.
Well, it impacts the makeup, Zach. If you've got like a nice crispy layer going on, you probably don't want to like squirt some off with the ball coming at your face.
And I think at the high school level, one of the worst things is they're not taught properly how to head the ball, and that's where you can hurt yourself even more if you don't know how to properly head the ball with your forehead.
Yeah, I can just speak for my daughter, who is a sophomore. Never did any heading growing up, and then when she got to high school, now you're right, she little bit scared of it, and it's something that you got to learn. It can be a huge weapon. Nice carry by Spettle, but it's knocked out of bounds. Trammell's she's taken that one-on-one, that head-to-head so far, and even though we've seen Spettle on 2 different occasions show off some awesome footwork, I think Jakaya is more kind of stepping up to the challenge and winning that.
She's definitely a competitor. She's stepped up to her challenge.
Oh!
Nice stop by the keeper.
Speaking of stepping up, how about this young lady right here? Prime time for a big game, taking over as the undisputed leader on the offense. And Pittman, 5 shots. All of them have been on frame.
Impressive to put them all on frame.
And this is where she's really dynamic from this side right here. Punch down. And diving for the save is Farmer. In a whole mess. She was basically in a mosh pit jumping around out there. And that happens sometimes in the pit, too. I've been knocked down out there, Zach. It gets a little dangerous. That's why I retired. Not doing it anymore with those young kids. My producer says he's not going to concerts with me anymore then if I'm going to be lame. I'm all buttoned up. Oh, no, now he will, actually. Well, he can attest. I remember I did a video at TV once to showcase the proper mosh pit technique. I did a whole training session. Oh, man. It probably helps with these keepers, though, out here, if they were to go to a concert and experience maybe a little hard rock or something. So might be a strategy they use in the future.
Right?
Everybody's going to ink in the clinic.
Yeah, bring out your whole crew to the incarceration. Show them how it's done, Zach. What was on your playlist coming over here today? How did you get in the zone for your broadcast debut?
Some Zach Bryan.
Hey. He's kind of taken over.
That he has.
Got a favorite Zach Bryan song at the moment?
No.
You got a lot of good ones.
We got to go to the concert this year down at Columbus.
Yeah, it's a little salty. I was gifted free tickets down into the pit for that one, and it was my wife's class reunion. So I wasn't avail. But definitely like to take in one of his shows here soon. Farmer with the punt. And first touch by Temple, but it's going to end up with the Warriors. Little fast break action here. Bulakowski to the middle. It settles. The shot, dead center. Sails over the top. Beautiful stuff to get it to Rowan McManus. And she just sizzled it a bit too much.
Number 16, Ella 10, now enters for Ontario.
The Warriors, though, a lot of nice buildups here, Zach. They've put themselves in solid positioning to be able to deliver and put a lot of pressure on this back line for Norwalk.
Right there. Rowan had a great first touch, and then she just killed it. She just passed it to the corner, and she scores a goal there. And she got too excited. Happens all the time.
So it keeps the Warriors' advantage at 2-0. Sub 7 minutes to go here before we get to the halftime break. Still a chance at any moment for Norwalk to strike with their big gun, Claire Spettle.
Norwalk's still competing, it looks like. I mean, they're doing well. Just got to find the back of the net to get some more mojo.
If you're joining us late, the first goal of the match came less than 2 minutes in. Adi Pittman, 1 shot, 1 kill. What's the deal? They take the lead. And then 17 minutes later, she made it 2-0 as she mashed it. She's really having a great first half here. And Norwalk's going to have to try to find some type of an answer for her defensively, but at the moment, they've got other problems. Everybody for Ontario sharing it really well right now. They've got the box surrounded. But it's knocked out of there, cleared well. As Temple gives chase, Jazzy drops it off. A little bit of maybe intimidation or timidness to me for Norwalk on occasion here defensively. Just not going to the ball like with 100% tenacity.
No, I don't think, obviously, with their record, they're not used to playing from behind all year, so they're in uncharted territory and not used to it, so that's the, oh.
Big collision there right in the middle of the field. As we saw Grayson go low.
Timeout on the field for an injured player.
Take this opportunity to thank all of our generous sponsors bringing you live and free coverage today, including Charter Next Generation. They're hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Sutton Bank. Earn cash rewards with Kasasa. Mechanics Bank. Richland County's only independent community bank. Chicago Title Agency. Didn't give me a reader, Zach. You got anything? Give some shout-outs there. You know a couple folks. Oh, wait.
Oh,
how about a goal and a shout-out here for Norwalk? Take your eye off the prize for a moment. They'll make you pay. And that's the case here with the Lady Truckers. Slipping back behind the defense. And Zavi. Immel. Boom. Welcome to the party, Truckers.
Offsides called back. AR had his flag up. That's how she got so open, I guess.
So wipe out the goal. Let me scribble out my little note here. It certainly felt like when I said take your eye off the prize, like they were trying to catch them off guard a bit. They did. They got to me right in the middle of my reader. So wipe out the score, and it pushes the deficit back out to a couple. And much to the delight of Warrior Nation over here in the bleachers. Some fun back and forth going with a couple of the parents. As Pittman splits between the gap here, sends it out wide for Hale. Cuts against the grain. Back to Mama. And now will be knocked out by Bennett. Pittman turns left foot. Obviously looking to set it up. Drives this one in low, and it's deflected. Warriors continue to pressure here offensively. As Johnson now up in the fold. Great step. Young lady who just had the goal that wasn't. And she'll send it forward. Opportunity here for Spettle. And a heavy touch. And she just has to float over Stevens, who comes out to grab it.
Ontario's doing good on defense. They're making her, giving her the through ball, but they're keeping her outside the 18 and making her go from the wide width to where she can't get a good shot off and nobody else is running with her.
Everybody in a Trucker uniform really trailing the play on that last one. You're right, didn't have anybody that she could potentially deliver across to.
She almost needs to hold the ball up to give her teammates time to get involved with her.
Certainly was able to showcase the speed, and hats off to Jelly Grayson, staying stride for stride. As this ball punched into the middle by McManus. Nobody home in a white uniform. And Trammell bashes it out of play with just under 3 minutes to go. This is half number 1 of 2 scheduled. We've seen quite a bit of extra time here lately with our Richland County teams on the Fellers side. Clear Fork went to a penalty shootout a couple of nights ago. Ended up being victorious.
That was the one that went to 9, right?
It went to 9.
Yeah, they won 7-6 and 9 PKs. That was crazy.
We saw Lexington last night come out on the losing end against second-seeded Perkins, ending what's been such a dominant run for them.
It's unfortunate that it has to come to that because obviously during the season you don't have that and you're not practiced up for it. So obviously in training during the week you have to, or during the season you have to work on it. So, and in practice you can do it all you want and it still doesn't replicate in what happens in the game.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
That was kind of the message that Peter Tem gave me after the match. Spoke to him for just a couple of minutes. Just like you said, as much as you prepare for it, when you got 16-year-old kids that are out there in that pressure of a situation, it's just different.
Very. That goal looks so small.
And in case you were wondering, Zach, when we get 2 of these truckers and they're just cruising at high speed side by side, did you know it's an elephant race?
No, I didn't.
That's trucker code. Breaker 19 and breaker off for a save here. Nice job by Farmer.
Saved by Lily Farmer.
I did know that a multitude of truckers all in a row is a convoy.
Yeah, I did know that.
Did you see that movie back in the day? I hear the star just passed away. Man. R.I.P. to Chris Christopherson. Little collision. Powers comes out on top. Truckers, though, with 53 seconds, trying to apply a little bit of heat here on the back line, but as has been the case often, once the Warriors get into the midfield, they've been able to flip the script pretty thoroughly. Pittman headed out.
Corner kick.
They'll have a chance for one more of those.
Corner kick coming out.
I do have one last weather update on the way. Oh, excuse me. It feels a little bit colder. Oh! And speaking of colder,
Elena is safe.
How about Elena, the captain? Ice, ice, baby. That's how you use your head effectively.
Yep.
Elena Seif with the score for the Warriors.
And those always seem to matter a little bit more when it's late time here. Just 23 seconds, Zach.
Oh, you always tell them first 5, last 5.
Thank you. We've got our Joe Bailoff.
Such a lift, of course, for the team who scores, and quite the opposite when you're going into the half and you're like, oh man.
That right there just broke the back. Down 3-0 at half as opposed to 2-0. It's a big difference.
Oh, a chance here, but Jazzy Johnson gets to it first, cast and all. So the Lady Warriors, no Hada Jugovic, no problem thus far. They lead it 3-0. 40 minutes here into the books. We will take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back. We'll break down those first half stats and get you all ready for half number 2. You're enjoying live and free tournament soccer on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. 40 minutes now in the books. And it's 3-0 Ontario as we welcome you to the Sutton Bank halftime show. Brian Skowronski here with you alongside Georgia McFarland. Been tracking the stats for us so far this first half. Norwalk kept it pretty even for a little while in terms of just getting some shots, a lot of them on net. But the capitalization for the Warriors, and certainly Adi Pittman, all the difference right now. She's been electric too.
Yeah, we heard in that first half, we heard him say first 5 minutes, last 5 minutes, and Ontario took that first 5 minutes to advantage. And it just gave them momentum, gave them energy to keep it going and keep putting Norwalk in the grave.
And in spooky season, very fitting that that's exactly what Pittman's doing. 2 goals and a dime, prime time right there. Elena Seif capping it off with a gorgeous header into the back of the net. As we'll take a look at your first half stats in Norwalk. All 4 of those shots came in the first 20 minutes. None after that. They had the goal, a little bit of trickery. They were offsides there and they wiped that out. Other than that, not a lot to show for it over the last 20 as Ontario really dominated, and the stats would show.
Yeah, once you get 2 goals on you in the first half, it's kind of hard to come back. And they had a look to come back, but unfortunately it was called back, and Ontario just responded with another goal themselves to really show that they were out to win it, and they were out to just end it at halftime.
And the public out there voting in our YouTube, 75% took Norwalk in this battle. They're the number 2 seed. They come in a lot of wins, looking for number 16 on the season. Did they not know that Ontario has gotten to the district championship game 16 times in a row, or has it changed now? Okay, now the people know, now that they've seen the 3 goals, they're like, okay, I think we're going to pick the Warriors now. 62% have now sided with the Lady Warriors, and from what we've seen so far, Georgia, it certainly feels like there's just a more aggressive team right now. Norwalk's about a half step behind on just about every 50-50 ball, and it's the Warriors that are really playing for keeps.
Yeah, some teams are regular season teams, some teams are tournament teams. Usually those tournament teams have a lot of mature, a lot of older girls on them because they know what the atmosphere is like and they know what it takes to win these.
And that might be the big difference as our player spotlight tonight for the Lady Truckers. And even though she's having an unbelievable season and career so far, just a sophomore, that's the goal that was wiped out. That wasn't, as Zavia Mel taking the defense by surprise and off of the restart, and maybe a little bit of bad karma too, because that was off of a drop ball, and wasn't it? And then they just tried to kick it real quick, or so it just all felt like it wasn't meant to be, and that's why it ended up getting wiped out. Okay, so give me a little bit of perspective here moving into the second half. Anticipation. Let's say that Norwalk can get back into this ball game. How do you sense that they can do that?
Yeah, I mean, they can't really try to go for those cheap goals again. They can't try to take Ontario off guard because the rest will call that back. But I think if they show what they've been doing all season and just get those nice, clean opportunities, they know how to capitalize and they know how to win games off of it.
This is only the second time all season that they've allowed 3 or more goals in a contest. The other time against Lexington, who we'll see in the second half of our doubleheader. And on the flip side of the coin for Ontario, you're up 3-0 here. Probably no change in strategy necessary, right? Just come out here, keep feeding number 11, and let some of your other veterans keep playing like they know how.
Yeah, just keep sharing, keep shooting the ball, and just keep your energy. That's the main thing. Just keep your momentum going.
Words of wisdom here from Georgia McFarland. Appreciate you tracking the stats. We'll hear from her again at the end of tonight's matchup. Want to say what's up to everybody out there, dropping us some comments. Tell me where you're watching from here tonight. That's always my favorite to find out, if you're chilling down with the cartel in Mexico City or what you're up to. You don't have to give me all the details, just maybe the city.
Greg's going to need to give his dad his slacks there. He's going to get a little cold here in the second half. Put shorts on.
So, okay, so the weather forecast did say, and Brandon Powell, of course, is the official determination for us, it's colder. So that's what we know from the start until now. It is colder, Zach. Facts.
Is it still supposed to rain now?
Yeah, we saw the radar was certainly favoring that we were going to get about, I don't know, 10-minute little window of rain. it looks like it's gone south of us. Very cool. So even though it is cooling off a bit, what's the temperature right now, AT?
Temperature is officially 67 degrees Fahrenheit.
Officially 67 Fahrenheit, which if you need to, for all of our Canadians out there watching, that's about 20 degrees Celsius, Zach. I'm the only one that cares? Okay. So it's the only way that my truck knows how to calculate, so I'm starting to learn these things. Warriors picking up pretty much where they left off in that first half. Oh, nice move. See if we get a cross here into the middle. McManus, big
Nice
shot.
save.
Knocked down by Farmer. It was. Had to lay out and spills this one just wide.
Corner kick upcoming.
Woo. Living dangerously, but how do you allow her to get this shot off right in the middle?
And then Adi got one here.
Adi Pittman taking the kick.
So 2 shots, 1 more for Pittman. Both of them spectacular saves from Lily Farmer.
Nice ball in. Seif again with the header.
Yeah, pretty close. She got good contact on it. Just wasn't able to keep it down and direct it towards frame.
And she's one of the shorter girls out there in the box.
One more look at this unbelievable setup. Nobody marks Rowan McManus, one of the captains. Basically right at the 6 as well. So for Norwalk, even though you don't like that scare here, might even help their confidence a little bit, or certainly Farmer making those 2 outlandish saves.
Well, she's made a couple saves now that's keeping them in the game.
Warriors take it away, looking to move it through the midfield. Skipping over a foot and spilling it out wide here, Jaeger. And she's got Bolakovsky. She is a burner.
Nice ball cross.
Just a little too tall for Pittman. I think she was trying to direct that perhaps at McManus, but sometimes you don't care. Just one of your friends if you can get a piece of it. And Adi kind of crossing her arms right there. I'm not sure. Maybe that hit her shoulder. Warriors again the first to get to the rock. Pittman wants to go left. We know it. And you even spoke to their head coach about that this last weekend. So clearly they're aware. If you watch any film on Adi Pittman, she is so talented going to her left. At some point here, you got to step up and just say, you know what, if you beat us with that right foot, it is what it is. But you cannot allow her to get to her safety net.
Most definitely. I mean, she's got, what, two goals on them from both, obviously, with her left foot. She did kick it twice with her right and on frame. So, I mean, it's not that she won't use it. She's just more comfortable with her left foot, and it's a lot stronger, obviously.
Jaeger to Pittman. In stride,
Nice
a little give
ball
and go. Jordan stops on a dime. A little pullback. Now Powers
Nice
looking for the
ball.
shot. And she
In.
drills it.
Wow.
Missy Powers. She's got the power.
35 yards out.
Just smoke that thing like a Christmas ham from way outside. And that's prime cut meat too, because that's exactly where it needed to be. It just dropped right over the top of the keep. I think she's even a little bit disbelief. Bang.
3 minutes and 43 seconds in.
So much like the first half, the Warriors get a quick goal and feasting yet again. And that's got to be a shot to the heart here of these Norwalk Truckers.
Especially when Ontario's keeping 4 back and they're trying to send their striker on a go by herself. It's going to be hard to do.
And that's been kind of the strategy in the case all night long, is just hoping that they can get it up top for Spettle and she'll make something happen.
Ooh.
Another nice
Hale.
setup here for Kaylee Hale, so everyone's getting involved.
Kaylee Hale with the shot.
They're definitely pushing their numbers up and not worried about her. I mean, which when you're up 4-0, obviously not. Nothing to be scared of right now for Ontario.
Warriors certainly feel like they're playing in a free flow type of state. Got great spacing. Everyone seems to be playing their role right now. So this gets slung out wide, and it'll roll out of bounds over by the Warrior bench. And Atkinson showing off that he still got some foot skills. You know, I seen Tim Lord last night in the warm-ups. That boy could still move around pretty good.
Yeah, I actually graduated with him.
So I was kind of impressed. He tried to downplay it, but man, he could be a difference maker. He'd be able to throw him in for a few minutes a night.
Right.
But what a season he's enjoying right now.
They're having a fabulous season. It's obviously they'll be the favorite on Saturday.
Bolakovsky,
nice
back
ball.
post. Gorgeous delivery. It was like Amazon Prime 2-day, right where it needed to be.
Yep, just a little high.
Another great look here. And Adi Pittman, she's so close to that. I'm actually kind of surprised that ended up coasting on her.
Definitely putting the pressure on them. More so in the first half than they did.
Yeah, we're only 6 minutes and change in, but it has all been spent down here in the attacking third for the Warriors.
Hale, goal. Oh, that is in.
McManus with the shot.
Oh, McManus, not Hale.
So Rowan trying to get into the scorebook, as we've already got a couple by Adi Pittman, one from Elena Seif, and Nissy Powers dropping one from about 35 yards out. Pretty sure that's her first goal of the season.
Yeah, she's not on the stats for any, is she?
She's normally relegated to playing that back line and sometimes in the middle for Coach Atkinson. So it had to be a pretty special moment coming up. Tournament game, and just smashing one into the I mean, she couldn't have went and dropped it over the keeper's head any better.
And technically her whole thought process was probably just put it in the mixer and hope somebody gets a head on it or something. She obviously wasn't technically trying to shoot it, but that's how it ended up. Worked out for her.
Not a great pass by Stife, but Power steps up, wins possession right back as Elena looking to go to work. This is where she scored from last time.
Nice through ball.
Sasha on the cross. It's low and off the crossbar. Second time we've seen that. Can't get any closer than this, Zach. Doink! Yeah, I think the goal might have got shuttered a little bit off of its platform where it's supposed to be. Warriors just peppering the net. How many shots so far for them here in the second half? 20 total. Phew. So they're becoming regulars down in the attacking third here. It's like Norma cheers. Kids these days probably don't even know about that classic show. Such a shame. It's going to be a Lady Warrior throw. A little bit of humming and hollering over here. And Norwalk fans just hoping to catch a break. Can't seem to find one. But they're just late on everything right now.
Haven't been able to get it going all day, that's for sure.
Now they'll get it to their playmaker. This is Claire. Draws a double team. And I think that's what Ontario probably intended to do all day, is just get it off of her feet. Allow anybody else to beat them. Ball's a little bit behind Sasha. She backtracks and can't find Adi up in a crowd. And just a little bit behind yet again here as that Sanders on the chase. And just all the space in the midfield has really just been vacant this whole time for Ontario.
They're passing very around them very well. Nice cross.
It'll stay in as Farmer able to scoop it up. 10 minutes gone by here in half number 2. And a live look in at Clyde, where the Lady Colts are on top right now, 3-0. Enjoying a fabulous season. The number 1 seed in their Division 4 district. And I think a mammoth favorite to win it. Seeing their semifinal match with Upper Sandusky. And, you know, got to applaud the Lady Rams. Never been to a district before. Got it done taking out Galleon last week.
Lady Colts.
Well, the Lady Rams of Upper Sandusky.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, those Colts, they've been to this district. They just been running into you or Ontario and just hasn't gone their way. So I tell you what, talking to Coach Bechtel early on in the season, thrilled to death.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
That they expanded these divisions.
Yeah, was definitely helping them out. Nice ball cross.
And a big smile burns across Adi Pittman's face. She's got the green light anytime. It's always go. Mash on the gas for her.
Number 22, Lily Sturts.
That one just didn't have much bend to it. But she can thump it from just about anywhere.
Anywhere from about 45, 50 yards out, she can hit it.
And while certainly the assumption would be that they're a much better team with Hadi Jugovic out here, sometimes losing a star player can galvanize a roster, or it just looks different, feels different. You may not be quite as good and certainly not as talented, but it could benefit Ontario.
Well, most definitely. I mean, other girls that could take this back seat have to step up now, and you know, it's their go time. See what they've did all season, so we're seeing it. I mean,
yeah, Seif got her 13th goal.
Obviously, the farther they get in the tournament, obviously the more people are going to have to step up in different games.
They could just get Nissy Powers to just drill 35-year-old lobs or 35-yard lobs
Right.
right over defenses over and over. You'll be in good shape, Zach. Winner of this game, which appears to be favoring Ontario quite a bit, will take on the winner of our second half of our doubleheader, Lexington, the number 1 seed here in the district. Will take on Ashland as this shot sails wide. First one, I think, of the second half here for the Truckers from Audrey Saunders. Can't help it. The disappointment in this kid's face down below. He's turning to look at his sister. He's like, "You only have 20 cents?" My gosh. Are they still making dimes? Evidently. I guess his sister's got a couple of them. The best currency right now for the Warriors, other than that 4 on the scoreboard, is the time. As much can come off will benefit them. And for Norwalk, at a certain point, certainly in the tournament atmosphere, you didn't trail very much in your tournament career, Zach, but when you are behind by at least a couple of goals, you feel like you got to start selling out a little bit strategically and just doing something that's maybe a little bit out of your wheelhouse to try to get some goals, because obviously it doesn't matter if you lose 4-0 or 7-0. It's all the same game.
If you're down 4-0, you probably need to change the formation, put some more people up top to less in the back. You have to create more opportunities of getting numbers up. Because like you say, if you lose, no matter what you lose by, loss is a loss at the end of the day.
Corner kick for the Warriors. Pittman taking the kick.
Here's Adi Pittman. Belts it back posts. Little too much for Seif this time. They connected on one earlier. As it's knocked down, and Powers trails this one.
Another save.
Shot by Powers, knocked down by keeper Lily Farmer.
Farmer's been pretty decent. 7 saves so far for her. 2 exceptional saves at the beginning of the second half as well. Give and go action there for the Truckers. Cannot connect. It's been a rarity that they would have 2, 3 connecting passes in a row in this match.
Can't remember in the whole game that they have. That's definitely when we played them, they played a different style. But
one-timer under the right foot of Elena Seif. Hale pressuring, pull back. And now the Truckers, can they start getting some numbers moving forward? Everyone's just kind of walking, Zach. It looks like they're checked out.
We got one girl down still, and yeah, there's one girl on this side of midfield. There's five Ontario girls.
They're just kind of hoping that Taryn Temple can just go 1-on-5 and dribble through what's been a pretty solid defense all year. Claire Spettle, who we talked a lot about in our pregame, and one of the top scoring threats in the history of the state of Ohio through 2 seasons. 82 goals, has been a non-factor so far. Just 1 shot, not on frame. Here she goes, though. She's got premier speed. We've seen that. Trammell catches up. Now Claire deflects it, and a corner kick opportunity, so a little spark here for the Lady Truckers.
Corner kick coming up.
I saw Spider-Man there said there's just not in Trucker spirit right now on the comment section. He's right.
There, they got more girls going up. They only got 3 in the box.
See if they can find one. Lift it up into the wind. Seif heads it down to Bolakovsky. And they've just been able to turn it and get it out of their end so seamlessly.
Kendall Thomas now in action for the Warriors.
Oh, little break by here. Chance for Sanders.
Justin Kroll. Is he a former player? I was going to say top 7. Tuned in and watching.
Want to say what's up to Omar Dominguez cheering on the Lady Truckers tonight.
From Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin.
Also animated stories.
Hey.
We got a hookup.
2 Wisconsin people tuning in?
This game's getting cheesy.
It's getting cheesy out here, huh? What's your favorite cheese, Zach?
Munster.
That's an interesting kind of off-menu cheese. Don't think you find that often.
Yeah. Everywhere.
A little bit better job that time on Pittman. Really riding her and making sure that she can't use that ultimate weapon of that left foot. But they give her a lot of space here again. Tries to give it up. Sinks out wide. Yeager with the shot. And it's off target. Little fun facts. Did you know the Little Caesars utilize this Munster cheese?
Nope. Did not know.
You eat much Little Caesars? I mean, you're down. How many? You said 50 pounds? 55? You can't be eating Little Caesars and dropping weight.
Nope. Breadsticks.
Yeah, that crazy bread, though. Oh, my gosh.
They're good stuff.
Big deflection here. Loading up was Lily Sturts. Couple hops.
Briella Hall and Lily Sturts
And just
down
cleared
in
out yet
front
again
area.
by the Lady Warriors. So effectively finding feet. Seif just sifting through the back line. Now she'll cross it in low, settles, Sturts. No shot. They're really trying to force feed her.
Comes another bomb.
No way. Wow.
Another 35-yarder. About went.
Nissy Powers. Man, she's got the GPS locked in for whatever 1 inch away from Lily Farmer's outstretched arms are. Super close yet again. Substitution coming here for Coach Atkinson. Darby Broom back out into the mix.
Darby Broom returns to action for the Warriors.
Give and go action again out to the corner. Seif, big touch.
Corner.
She'll set up another set piece opportunity here for the Warriors. And they sell out when they go for these. That's why they're so effective with them. They're going to put Jilly Grayson on the ball and just leave 2 back. So
Corner kick coming up for Ontario.
8 girls all inside of the box. Just a whole mob of folks in there. Norwalk defending with 10. And they'll get to it first.
2-on-1.
Yeah, that's a chance here for Spettle. This is kind of what they've needed.
Out of bounds.
Just a chance for her to only have 1 or 2 defenders to go head-to-head with. Just hasn't happened.
And the bad thing is she had 60 or 70 yards to go to goal.
So Claire Spettle,
got a player down.
leading scorer in the SBC, has not had many opportunities. As we've got a lady trucker a bit shaken up. So we do want to thank all of our sponsors. And we got interrupted last time, Zach. Chicago Title Agency, give a couple shout-outs for them. They got some good folks in charge over there, yeah?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah, of course. So shout out. Thank you, Heather, for always sponsoring. Big fan. Thank you also to Charter Next Gen. They're hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Mechanics Bank is Richland County's only independent community bank. And if you want to get paid for just doing normal checking stuff, hook up with Sutton Bank and get paid with Kasasa.
Amazing.
It is amazing. So the card is on the field, but just being, you know, a supervisor. A little chaperone. And now they're going to let him play through. That is the worst, though. You're just out there trying to enjoy a casual round of golf, and just somebody's just riding you. Just letting you know, hey, we're out here for the speed, not the enjoyment. I don't know what happened to my golf game, Zach.
No?
Well, I'm still below average, but I don't want to play anymore. I get invited all the time. And I'll calculate, and I'm like, 4 hours of my day in mostly misery. I mean, it's still fun, but not as much fun as it used to be when I knew what I was doing. Just rather, you know, throw on some old Lady Ram tapes. Watch some of those 2020 highlight films or something.
Right?
There were some good ones.
That there was. Some good teams back then.
And your kid, crazy to believe, senior night for her at Florida State coming up on Friday.
Yep, against North Carolina.
Wow.
Should be a good game.
And Florida State on top of the ACC standings right now?
They're tied for 6th right now.
6th?
Yep.
My goodness.
Yep, they only take the top 6, so these next 2 games will be big ones.
North Carolina's never a slouch.
No.
Should be a tough game.
Yeah, for sure.
Corner kick struck well right in the middle. Oh, that was prime time. Looked like Cora Proctor just kind of ran by it. We'll dial it up at the next stop ball. Maybe they'll get a goal in the meantime. Instead, swept out of there. And look at this. Excellent delivery. Willow Harris was there defending. Stevens comes out and collects. And Layla Stevens for Ontario. If you don't know the story, she's a forward, folks. But with the injury to Darby Broom's shoulder, took her out of net, and she's been doing a pretty good job back there. Coming off back-to-back shutout wins.
Nice ball in behind.
But the shot, not on net. She had space. Norwalk still pretty content to play with 5 girls back here at midfield.
Action for Ontario's number 6, Rowan McManus, and number 7, Kaylee Hale.
So shots and premium looks are there's going to be tough to come up with right now because Ontario's defending with 7 or more on a lot of occasions.
So, somehow, some way, Norwalk needs to get numbers up forward if they want to try to get in the game.
They need a goal ASAP right now to try to get a little bit of momentum, put some shock, some fear into Ontario, who emptying out their bench a little bit right now for Coach Larry. Still have their captains on the field. Getting some younger folks out there as well.
Addie's standing over there. Looks like she might be coming back in. Yeah, she's going up to the center line now.
That's always such an interesting conversation where 4-0 lead, less than 15 minutes to go. You'll get critiqued no matter what. Your players want to play, but trying to keep them quote-unquote safe over on the sidelines. Zach, how difficult is that conversation with your stars?
Well, with Hattie being out and Addie having to step up, I think 4-0, 14:30 left in the game. I think you're pretty safe to let Addie rest and get ready for Saturday's game. But like you say, it's there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, they haven't played since last week, so they've been a week off. So, you still want to get her in game match fit. So, because they're going to play again Saturday, but like you said, you don't want to get her hurt either.
She'll come out and replace Elena Seif. Whistle blows it dead. Foul here against the Warriors.
Foul call on the Warriors. Free kick coming up for the Lady Truckers.
And I'd really like to see Norwalk here play a little bit inspired down the stretch. Go get you something. Who cares if you lose 4-1?
They still got 5 girls back here on this side of the midfield against Ontario's 2.
Yeah, pretty surprising to see that they're not really selling out, or at least try to shuffle forward an extra body, get someone up top, see if you can't create some chaos with Koenig and Spettle.
They're more worried about defending as opposed to trying to score, I think.
They've been on their heels a lot here today. Bolakovsky's had about 3 really beautiful executed crosses here tonight. Pittman struck a couple of them.
Got to be up on, what, 10 or 11, 10 corners?
Let's see what we're looking at here. This is quarter kick number 9 for the Lady Warriors. And this is the girl that you want kicking from this side. Back post again. I mean, she measures those quite nicely. Truckers looking to get on the counter strike with everybody up. Punching it out in space. Temple's going to ease off the gas. Sanders also laying back. And Sasha, again, all she's got to do is just burn it down this right side. Deja vu all over again. Cross a little low. Intended for Darby Broom up front. Now Jazzy Johnson will deflect it here off of Sanders for a Warrior throw. Pittman, sharp move. And still, to me, it feels Norwalk's just, they're not stepping to the ball with anticipation. There's not a full commitment there.
No, it's still hanging back and doesn't look like they're full go. They haven't looked good the whole game.
And almost 70 minutes in, got to be warm by now, right?
You would think.
let's hit the gas here, ladies. Oh, great pass up in front. Taryn Temple, though, thought better of trying to carry.
Good 50-50 by Jazzy.
Sure. Now the Truckers starting to funnel a few bodies forward here.
Bad touch.
Got Sanders on the back post. Looked like it was Immel that was down. The Warriors yet again clear. Taking care of business right now. Looking to tack one more on. Pittman just continues.
Going left, going left.
Little shove. I think she's just knocking girls down left and right. She's like a bowling ball.
Good defense. Still only have 4 up.
Trying to make the most of it here with Taryn. Out of the corner and smashed out of bounds. Jakaya with a good read. Now here's Bennett taking her time. Little off target with that pass there from Koenig. And chipped over top. Broom, a little bit of acceleration. Put some heat on the back line, and they're forced to smash it out of play. As a little surprised that, yeah, Larry getting in. A couple of his older girls. Seif back out into the mix. Be Yeager with the throw. Good ball. Bolakovsky heads it. Trying to track it down herself. A second header. Kept in by McManus, but sniped away.
Norwalk throw.
Pittman this time took him off guard. She went right. Sets it up with the right foot.
Great ball across. There's nobody on the end of it.
The Lady Truckers starting to run out of time here. Brought a nice contingent of fans down here to Norwalk tonight. And it's just been, you know, really a great run for them with girls sports lately. Their volleyball team, state ranked, I believe. They're in action right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. The volleyball's been good for over 20-some years now.
Girls basketball just had that awesome run to the regional championship a couple of years back. Koenig was a big part of that season. And this year, too, undefeated SBC champs. Second consecutive year they went undefeated in the league. but just did not bring their A game tonight against Ontario.
Nice move.
Yeah, on a string. Bolakovsky with the setup. And maybe one touch too many. Broom probably tried to fit it for the right.
Should have just one-timed it.
Second look, courtesy of Chicago title. Nothing there.
Nice toe poke, just not enough on it.
Oh. Right at Trammell. Claire with a back tap. Back over to Ontario again. Look at Missy Powers back out onto the pitch. Move some things around as she'll go to that left backer role.
We'll dive into the fan zone in the last 5 minutes.
Get in your last second shout outs here. We'll dive into the fan zone with about 5 minutes remaining in the match. As Farmer able to take up one more save. Lily's been their MVP tonight.
Hands down.
She's had her hands up.
She's had her hands up a lot, yeah.
It's been a lot of that here. Ontario with 25 shot attempts. 13 of them on frame, so 9 saves tonight for Farmer.
Ooh.
But unfortunately for her, just the offense not getting it done. 3 shots on goal tonight is all that Norwalk's been able to muster.
Not going to win many games with like that. Unless it's 1-0.
Something about this district semifinal round. Ontario just loves playing down here. Undefeated in the semifinals here over the last 15 years in a row. And a couple other locations too. But I do believe this to be the only natural grass pitch in tournament that we travel to at districts or beyond. It always becomes turf.
Yep.
So you got to take your hat off and tip it to the fine folks that make it happen over here. Grass is always in superb shape for late October.
Oh, it's great.
Yeager in a little bit of a tussle. Drops it out. Cross into the mix. McManus waiting on it. How did nobody from Norwalk get to it first? I don't know, but she can't squeeze it by.
McManus with the shot.
Oh, I thought Farmer got a piece of that.
Yeah, she did. Looking at 3.
They are
goal kick.
They're setting up as a goal kick.
I guess at this point it doesn't matter.
They've really been trying to get Rowan to drop one into the back. Sitting on 2 goals for the season. Adi to McManus. Knifes through the middle. She goes for her own shot again.
Another corner.
Shot by McManus is deflected. Adi Pittman will take the corner.
Down to just 3 minutes to go. What's up, Justin Crawl? Fancy to see you here, Josh. Oh, must be Josh Young out there in the chat section.
Crazy in our chat section.
Oh, man, he gets on it out there in the YouTubes.
I've been banning people left and right.
Here we're banishing folk out there in the YouTube.
These are high school kids. They
Getting
don't
wild.
talk to the way they've been talking.
Truckers, maybe a last-ditch effort. Try to get something going towards frame. Still defending with 5, though. With just 2 minutes left. I don't know if I'm one of those backers. I'm just going up. Zach, I'm just trying to go get one.
You would think they still have 5 back here in the back with 2 Ontario girls.
2 minutes remaining in the match.
Well, there's a breakaway.
Yeah, Temple trying to turn it inside, but met by Trammell. Maybe it'll be Ontario. Tries to push one more in. Pittman, foot race, right side. Of course, she wants to bend it back to the left. They still can't figure that out. And she'll shoot. One-hand save. Oh, clanging off the side post. Adi Pittman's hit just about every inch of the net except for the twine. Doink, doink. Oh, my gosh.
So couldn't got any closer.
Couple of occasions here tonight where she has been just a fraction of an inch off. Already has a 2-piece, wants that hat trick. And people these days, unless it's just a hockey thing, you don't see the hats come on the field normally.
No.
There's the 3-pack of goals. Is that just a hockey thing then?
No, they do it in soccer sometimes.
They do, okay.
Taylor did it at Florida State, and they give her a hat down there.
Oh, all right.
Pittman's going to set up and take her a shot here.
Free kick coming
Yeah,
up
she's
for the
going to take her
Warriors.
time, try to line this up, and probably kick it as it's drawn to zeros. And hope that it coincides with a trip into the back. Actually, she'll just chip it back post.
Let the time go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
The Ontario Lady Warriors, for the 15th consecutive year, march into the district finals as they shut out number 2 seed Norwalk in a 4-zip victory. We'll take a quick commercial timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from the most valuable player of the match. Make your voice heard. Drop us a couple comments. Let us know who you think. Definitely was Pittman early. She was pretty awesome. I think probably a pretty reasonable choice.
Most definitely.
We'll likely hear from the junior All-Ohioan coming up after this break.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
watch live and free tournament soccer on the OH Report. Thanks to all of our amazing sponsors, including our friends over at Sutton Bank, where you can earn cash rewards with the checking account of your choice with Kasasa. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Charter Next Generation, hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Check them out in the link below. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors since 1970. And the good folks over at Chicago Title Agency. Did you know that when you close, you get to pick your title agency? Why not close with confidence with Chicago Title? We are going to hear from Adi Pittman. She is going to be your MVP of the match. She's coming over. I'll have a chit chat with her in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Home and Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Sutton Bank post-game show starts right now. Ontario rolling on into the district championship. No surprise, the Warriors with a 4th spot here tonight, but holding Norwalk to none, one of the highest scoring teams in the state. Brian Skowronski here alongside Georgia McFarland, and even though they're the number 4 seed, Ontario, they've got the pedigree, and certainly lots of the final stats will show that they were the dominant team here tonight. Norwalk rolling into a buzzsaw in this one.
Yeah, I mean, only taking 3 shots on goal, and when the other team has 4 goals, you can't win games like that. You can't win games by taking less shots on goal than they have total goals. And they just didn't really set themselves up to score a lot. They didn't set themselves up to win, I don't think.
Yeah, certainly when you're in the playoffs, you want to play and unload the tank, I've heard said before, and you give it your all. And I just never felt like from the jump that was what Norwalk was doing here tonight. Claire Spettle, she got locked down. She comes in with 34 goals, and I bet she's been having a lot of easy ones when she's going up against Columbian and Addison and Huron and Vermilion and teams like that. But against this defense that just more or less just played her man-to-man, she had some problems. Outside of her, I didn't just really see a lot of spirit out there. I was kind of surprised that this Norwalk team didn't come out. They've been scoring all these goals so far, 16 in their last couple of matches, and just a little subdued for me.
Yeah, we saw a lot of walking, and we saw a lot of their midfielders and defense just stay in the back half of the field. And so that kind of forced their two forwards just go against 7 other Ontario girls because they were moving on the half of the field that the ball was on. And I think that's what made the difference in the game. They always knew where the ball was. They always knew where each other was. And they just knew what to do. They knew how to play the game strategically.
And that's why the Warriors are moving on. So Norwalk, they will put a bow on their season, 15-2-1 overall. Really a fantastic campaign and outright conference champions. But Ontario gets win number 12, and without their big gun and their 3-time All-Ohioan and District Player of the Year, they look pretty good with that young lady leading the way. So for the Warriors, obviously still a lot to play for, and maybe this unit galvanized a little bit with the loss of Hadi Jugovic.
Yeah, we saw in their stats they had 14 shots on goal, and 4 of them were goals. I calculated that. That's 28%. So almost 30% of the shots that they were taking on goal were going in, which is a big thing in tournaments. You need those. Yeah, you need to have that high percentage.
All right, with our MVP making our way up here, we'll take a quick timeout. You'll hear from Adi Pittman next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Home and kitchen supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Adi Pittman hanging out, and I think one of the more dominant matches that I've seen from you, and obviously with the loss of your star midfielder, you really had to step up, and it felt like you filled her shoes, and you took that role, and you didn't take it lightly.
Yeah, definitely sucks not having her out there. We miss her out there. We hope she gets better so quick, and that we pray she has a great recovery. Definitely, though, coming into this game, I knew I had to step up, and I just prayed before the game and really hoped that I could do that. So,
I mean, you lit the fuse immediately. A goal with less than 2 minutes into the match. Was that a sense of relief, or what do you think that signified for your group?
It definitely was relieving, because all week we've been talking about going in there and just starting early, putting one in there in the back of the net as soon as we can. And although it was relieving, it was more exciting, and it's like, okay, we got to go. Like, we're not letting up now, and we're not just scoring 1-2. Like, we have to go. So putting one in there early definitely helped us a lot and kept us going. So.
Well, you had 1-2, and you almost had like 7 here tonight. How close did a few of those feel? Because we showed a bunch of the replays, and it certainly looked like you were about an inch away from at least having a 4-pack tonight.
Yeah, definitely got unlucky with some. Sasha had some amazing crosses. Everyone was playing so good together, everyone contributed so well. But there was a lot that could have gone in, but just unlucky, and that's part of the game. So.
One that did go in, Missy Powers with that 35-yard strike. She almost made one like a duplicate later on in the game. I'm pretty sure that's her first goal of the season, right? How much of a uplifting for the Spirits was that to see Missy drop that one in?
Yeah, that's so exciting. I mean, I'm so proud of her for doing it too, because she's worked so hard this season and she deserved that one. And no one expected it to go in, but that was so exciting and so good for her and such a exciting go for the tournament. And so hopefully she can keep going and she'll keep working hard.
Well, you guys are going to keep going, moving on into the district finals where you've been 15 straight times. Ontario has a pretty outstanding stat, but it's been a while since you've got beyond it. So tell me about just this tournament championship in this district and how big this would be for you guys to get over the hump and break into regionals again.
Yeah, like you said, we haven't been past district finals in a while, so it would be great if we could, but we just have to go into each practice wanting to get better for each other and for ourselves. And I think one thing that would really help that and will change the outcome of the next game is just the matter of who wants it more and if we can go out and finish early.
Yeah, that was your rules tonight. You were the first to every 50-50 ball, and you shut it down early on with those first couple of goals. So congratulations for being our Mechanics Bank MVP. Give some shout-outs before we let you loose.
I just want to shout out my friends and my family. Also want to shout out to Peyton Sturts, and yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Adi Pittman, the MVP.
Thank you.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
It's our post-game show part 2 of semifinal part 1 here, presented by the Sutton Bank. And I bring in Zach Huff here, just final thoughts here on this match. Ontario, I mean, they have been the queens here of the district for a long time, and I think I mentioned about 25 times that 15 years in a row they've at least been to the district final. They do it again here, but this is one of the more spotless district semifinal matches that I've seen them play. I mean, they were really outstanding.
Oh, Ontario dominated from the start of the game to the finish. They connected passes the whole game. Norwalk didn't play their game that I've seen them play in this whole season. They couldn't connect passes, they couldn't finish, they didn't get numbers up, and Ontario dominated. I'd say probably 80-20.
So a much different Norwalk team from what you saw earlier in the season, where they beat you guys 4-1.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, we went up to their place and they came out and they brought their A game, and today they didn't, unfortunately. So thought we would have saw a better game than we did.
So the Truckers, a little bit of a flat tire performance here tonight. That's why they will wrap up their season. 15 wins though, and again, another solid SBC Lake Division Championship run as Ontario moves on to the district final to play the winner of the second half of our doubleheader, in two teams that you know very well, two OCC opponents, Ashland and Lexington. I'll ask you for a preview, but we get to talk all about it here coming up in our pregame in about 15 minutes from now. So this will close up our coverage here from Lexington for the first of two semifinal games that we have on the menu here tonight. Stick around though, Lexington and Ashland is on the way. Want to throw out some thank yous to all of our generous sponsors, combining to bring you the live and free coverage here tonight, along with Georgia McFarland for tracking the stats, Adam Thompson for directing, Brandon Powell, our camera operator, and for Zach Huff, I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long for now. We'll see you real soon.